Alex Lehmann, Chairman of Credit Suisse, welcome to Bloomberg. The CEO, Thomas Gottstein, is to go. Was this solely your decision or driven by the institutional shareholders?
No, look, we are speeding up our strategy and our transformation. Thomas and I came to the conclusion that it is better to have new leadership. And, he has had his toll. So it's also for personal reasons that he decided to step down.
But was there pressure from the institutions?
Yeah, of course, you can read in the press. We were, as a company, under fire, and he, as a CEO, was under fire. He did a great job, but he decided to step down.
Well, the stock is down 60% and the price to book value is really under pressure. So that will be for the market to debate. What broke between Davos and today when he told us he had a clear mandate? What broke?
No, there are, in essence, two things. We embarked to a really thorough strategy review. And we announced today that we are speeding up the transformation. And we have poor results, and Thomas decided to step down.
And those poor results are a massive loss at the investment bank. Let's talk about this comprehensive strategic review. What exactly does that mean?
That means that we are going to refocus our investment bank into a highly competitive banking business and a much better aligned markets business. This is work under progress, and we will report to the market with the third quarter result.
How significant an overhaul will this be? Is this going to be deep cuts and radical overhaul?
We will inform in great detail with the Q3 results.
You've lost 860 million Swiss francs. You need to tell the market today how significant and deep these changes will be.
We have a big loss in the investment bank. We report a total loss for the group, but we still have a strong balance sheet, and we will report on the details on the third quarter, as I said.
Do you need a capital raising to give you some breathing space?
We will guide today the market that despite the loss, what I said, we have 13.5% CET1 ratio, and the outlook is that we will defend a position between 13 to 14 until year end. And this is firm commitment.
Are you now more vulnerable than ever as a board to a takeover?
No, I don't believe so. I think we have really strong businesses, great people. It's a great franchise, and we need to reposition, and we need to speed up the transformation.
But those are classic responses, Mr. Chairman. The price to book value of this bank is under huge pressure to peers. The stock is down 60% under Gottstein. The losses are mounting. Surely you must admit the board must prepare for a defence.
Look, it's not about announcements, it's about execution, and with our new leader, Uli Kerner, I'm highly confident that we will deliver.
In the comprehensive strategic review that you refer to, you say alternatives beyond that will be considered. What exactly does that mean?
Look, we gave an example that we look to attract potentially third-party capital for our great SP, securitized products business, and we might look to other alternatives.
Do you think that's realistic given the outflows, the lack of confidence? You're on a review list by the UK regulator. Do you think that's a realistic proposition to the market?
I think this is highly realistic, and we have, good progress on that front.
From what I can see at first read, you're going to turn Credit Suisse into UBS, Capital Light Investment Bank.
No, not at all. We are a different path, on a different path. We are a different company, and we will come up with a different way forward.
On the review, how significant a shift back from Asia, retrenchment from Asia, will you consider?
No, that's not a topic at all. Asia is for us a key growth area. We have formidable positions in that region.
On this transition, that was the word that you used before, we're now going for a significant overhaul. Which parts of the business are most vulnerable?
Look, we look to all parts of the business. We will also announce today, I would say, quite an aggressive and challenging new cost base, an absolute cost base for the group that will include all business, in particular also all corporate center functions. It's really about an operational transformation of the organization.
Have the institutional clients just lost confidence in you?
No, not at all. I think we still have an excellent client franchise, and they stick with us because we have excellent services and high-quality people that deliver on a day-to-day basis.
Why should I stay at Credit Suisse if I'm an employee holding stock? That's 60% lower than when Gottstein arrived. Why should I stay here?
Because they look forward. There's huge potential.
Will you have any problem fulfilling the strategic mandates that you have from institutional clients? Is it going to be tough to keep people here at the bank?
Sure, you need to manage that, you need to speak to people, but, you know, our people are excited about the way forward.
In terms of what you are going to be at the end of this strategic review, what are you going to be excellent at?
We will be a much simplified business, key focus on wealth management, Swiss bank and a multi-specialist asset manager, less complex but highly competitive investment banking capabilities.
Is there at any juncture you can step back from investment banking completely, or is that just not conceivable?
No, we are going to transform and make our investment bank much more competitive, bringing it back to where it has its strengths and, you know, reshape the rest.
Well, where do you think those strengths are going to be?
It will be around a highly competitive banking business. We already have now in IBCM market-leading positions, and it will be a much better aligned markets business around the key needs of our Swiss corporates, retail, and the wealth management clients.
Ulrich Körner, you've worked with him. He's a veteran Swiss banker. Is he really the solution to a bank that needs a radical overhaul, another veteran Swiss banker?
I think he is one of the very few executives in the whole industry that can deliver. Uli has experiences to transform and to build large businesses as well the backhand. He knows front to back banking and back to front. I think he's ideally positioned.
To carry the bank forward, you need radical cost reduction and retrenchment. Will those job cuts come from the front of the business? Or as you say, where Uli is expert, from back to front? Where are the job cuts, downsizing to come from?
We will carefully look to all opportunities. We will, whatever we do, execute with prudence. So we will not just cut and run. I think risk management and risk culture is still at the core, and we want and will go to continue to improve on that one. So we will look to all opportunities. I think it's a major redesign. We got a little bit complex over the past couple of years, and this is what we are going after.
But isn't the issue that risk management just didn't work at Credit Suisse over the past number of years?
Yeah, but we were really fortunate, and I think we gave a great investor update just some weeks ago. We did excellent progress, and we attracted some great talent that drive that transformation.
In terms of you as a chairman, what is your number one message to the board as you sit down after today?
The board is completely unified behind that strategy that we announced today. It's really a refocusing of the strategy, a speeding up, and we will take more radical steps than what we announced in prior announcement, like, for example, last year.
Was Gottstein just not radical enough?
No, Thomas did a great job. Let's not forget, he took over in one of the most challenging periods of Credit Suisse. He put us back to a more stable underlying platform, but now it's time to move on.
Alex Lehmann, Chairman of Credit Suisse, thank you for your time.